Hi everyone, this is Enchantress and I am your beginner and intermediate class mentor. To start off our ZEPETO class, I will show you the first time installation for both Maya and Unity softwares. As 3D creators, the first step that you need to do is always to open ZEPETO Studio. This is where you can manage your items and your maps and everything else. And this is also where you can find the 3D and the map creation guides. If you would like to start as a 3D creator, you need to sign up for a ZEPETO Studio account. If you already signed up, you can just sign in using either your email or phone number, your password, or if you connected your ZEPETO account to your Facebook or your Twitter or the other options here, you can also use that. Another method is through the QR code. All you need to do is to open your ZEPETO app and then the camera option and then scan the QR code so you can automatically log in to your ZEPETO Studio account. I'll just do that. I connected my ZEPETO account to my Facebook. I'll select Facebook and there you go, it's already logged in. The next step is always go to guides. As 3D creator, a part of my best practices is always going to the ZEPETO Studio guides because this is the page where you can find all the needed information such as the softwares that you need to download, the folders or the files that you need to use when creating 3D items. So always check this. And there are some instances that ZEPETO might update the version of Unity that you need to use or the ZEPETO Studio Unity Project files. You need to always check that before creating your items. So we can ensure that your items will actually comply to the submission guidelines. Also the creator base set. This is very important. This is basically the guide or the one that you use to do the modeling, the rigging, everything else. So all the needed softwares and files are included in this page under the 3D guide and then getting started. So you have to check this one. The first step is download Unity. Unity is important since this is the software where we do the conversion as well as we do the post-processing work like adding textures, animation, effects, everything else. So this is mainly the software that will help you convert your FBX file into a ZEPETO file, which is the type of file that can be accepted in ZEPETO Studios. How to download it? If you are using a Windows computer, hold Control button and then left click so it can open in another tab. And as you can see, it redirected to the page where it says Unity 2020.3.9. This is the version of Unity that we are required to use. Any version before this one, it will not work. The ZEPETO Studio will not accept files that is converted using the older version from this. Aside from this, you can also download the latest version of Unity or any other version after this. There are specific items that requires the latest version of Unity, so you can download that as well. And you also need Unity Hub because I find that this version and above it requires Unity Hub to open. You can either click this one to download this version along with the Unity Hub, but most of the time it doesn't work. I don't know why, if it's just me or maybe it's just doesn't work at all. So I'll just select this one to download the Unity setup file, or yeah, that one, Unity setup 64, the exe file. And then I will open another tab here and just search for Unity Hub download. And here I will put all the links below in the description box so you don't have to locate them. And then when you go to this page, just click download Unity Hub, and there it is. It's downloading, just need to wait for it. And since Unity setup still downloading, it's 2.7 gigabytes, so it will take some time. I will start with a Unity Hub setup. Just double click this file and then select yes, and just agree to the service agreement or the terms and condition, and click install. Make sure that it's in the folder where you need it to be located. You can browse and select another folder if you want, but I'll just use the default one. And we wait. You really need to have patience if you would like to pursue a career in 3D creation. It's already downloaded. Yeah, there. And as you can see, when I open it, I'm already logged in because I logged in before. But if it's your first time installing it, you have to sign in. Let me sign out so I can show you. There, you just need to sign in, or if you don't have a Unity ID or a Unity account, you need to click this one, create account. But since I already have one, I'll just sign in. And it will be automatic since I previously signed in. I already have the existing Unity files folder here. I will not remove this because it basically has everything that I need when converting ZEPETO file, and I don't want to mess that up. Although I will show you how to set up the Unity project files the first time, so you will be guided. Unity is still downloading. So the next thing that you need to download is the ZEPETO Studio Unity Project files folder. So this file or this folder includes all the settings that you will use, so you will be able to convert your FBX file into a ZEPETO file. All you need to do is to download it, and then once it's downloaded, right click on the file and then select extract all. It's almost finished. I think it's okay. We have it downloaded finally. Just double click that so you can start the installation process. And where is it? Just to set up proper expectations, it will really take a long time to install that as well, so I might need to fast forward this part while still installing. Just do what I'm doing here. It will take quite some time. I will fast forward this part and then I will go back. Okay, I think Unity Editor is almost finished installing. So we just need to wait a little bit, but it's almost done. It's already showing here the shortcut for the Unity Editor, so come on. Okay, so we're done. Again, we need to go back here And to open the ZEPETO Studio Unity project files, you need to do open or to click open, and then oh, why is invalid? Let me check. Oh, okay. So when you open the extracted folder, it has this two subfolders. So for this one, this is the folder that you need to use if you are a Mac user. But if you are a Windows computer, you use Windows computer, you just need to use this one. So I guess I'll put it in this location, and I will try again. Open, and then go to desktop, open this one. Yeah, there. So it's working. So this is what you need to do when it is your first time installing Unity and opening the project file. So we'll just wait for it. This is what it will look like when you first open this. Based on your preference, you can, set up how you would like this to be laid out, but usually I put console here. This is the tab where you can see the error messages. I need to see that, so if there's any issues with the conversion that I'm doing in Unity, I will be able to see what's the issue is all about and fix that. And then next step is, as you can see under the asset folder, it has playground, so you need to double click it. Okay, and then the playground, under the hierarchy tab, it will show you this. We have main camera, ZEPETO default light, and then loader. Click loader, and this tab will show up. This is where you can enter your ZEPETO code. I saved my ZEPETO code. This one. This is how you can view your own avatar in Unity. So you have to enter your code here in this box, hash code, and then click on the play button. Wait for it. And there. I usually use the default avatar. I don't use my own avatar because most of the time my avatar is like bald, so I don't like it. To remove your avatar, just delete your code and click play. Okay, it's not removing. I'll do it one more time. Okay, it's showing the default ZEPETO avatar. And then the other thing that you need to set up in Unity is your own folder where you can manage your items. It should be located under contents. So go to contents, and then you can create your own folders. I'll do that folder, and then you name it whatever you want to name it. This is for the purpose of being organized with your items, so you won't have problems locating your items when you do conversions. I named that Summer. That's my name. I'll open it, and then here is where you can view your items and you can do the conversion and everything else here. I'll show you how to use this tab so you will have an idea, but this the things that I'm discussing here are all the basics. So these are the things that you need to know at this point. Later on, when we move on with our lessons, I will teach you more how to use Unity. At this point, I'll just show you like the basic navigation controls and everything else that you need to know. Maybe I'll do this one. You can see your item here. Since it's hair, I'm gonna assign a shader. You can either use the default hair shader that ZEPETO provided. It's under, I think it's under ZEPETO Studio folder. Under packages, go to ZEPETO Studio folder, and then under shaders. There, this is the ZEPETO default hair shader. So I'll connect that one to my item. So it should be under hair shader. And then whenever you do that, you need to turn off the play button, but it's already assigned to it. And then what we normally do next is convert to ZEPETO style so you can view it on your avatar. So that's basically how you do the item conversion, and then the next thing is export as ZEPETO file. To navigate through this scene, this is where you can view your avatar wearing your item. Go back to loader, and then you can again put your ZEPETO code here. And since this is skin, this is hair, click the hair option, tick this box, and then this is what we call the prefab file. So this is the file that we got when we click the FBX file and then we click on the convert to ZEPETO file. So this is what we call the prefab. As you can see, it says open prefabs. This is what we need to use when we are viewing our items here in Unity. Again, left click this one and then drag it in this box. Make sure that the category that you're trying to view is ticked here, and then click the play button so that the avatar will be shown wearing your hair. So for hair, I don't know why it's always defaulted to white color, but yeah, that's how it is. I don't know how to fix that, but this is basically how it looks like. Yeah, that's basically how you show the item that you created, so that you will see how it looks like on an avatar once it's worn. If you created a dress, you can click this one and then you can drag the item here and then click play to show it, and the same thing with all the other categories. But since we're using hair, let me view that again so I can show you the basic navigation in Unity there. Usually I view the item here under the games tab. This is where you can change the deformity to see if it will fit the 4 body types that is included in the package. So this is the smaller body type. This way you will be able to determine if your item will suit all body types. And in Unity, it only shows like 4 deformities. It's really limited, but at least you will get an idea how it will look like on different body types. And then under scene, this is where I usually inspect my items if there's any mistakes or some things that needs to be fixed before I submitted it. There, to navigate through the scene, you can to rotate the view of the item, you can hold the Alt button on your keyboard and then the left click on your mouse, and then you can rotate it. Make sure that the hand tool or the hand icon is highlighted or is selected to do this. I think you can also do that. You can also use this one, so it's the same thing, but I usually use this one since it's easier for me. And then if you want to pan the view, you can just hold the left click and then drag it here, there, everywhere. So that's basically how to pan. If you want to zoom in and out on your mouse, you can scroll forward, it will zoom in. As you can see, it's zooming in, and then scroll backward to zoom out. That's basically how you navigate through Unity. So that's pretty much it at this point for Unity. So next thing that we need to download is Maya. So I will just go to the Autodesk website. I actually have the educational access for Maya. Since it's not a free software, I think it costs about $1,000 for a year plan, a subscription. But if you would like, you can also get the a free 30-day trial, and the 1 year free trial, it's available for students or teachers in high school and university, or I mean college. If you are, you can use your student ID or your school ID, so you can get the educational access. Hi everyone, I'm back, and for now, we will continue with the Maya installation. So I already went to the Autodesk, the Educational Access website. I will link this below in the description box as well. And to download Maya, you just need to scroll down. By the way, you can download or install all of this softwares as long as you have the educational access. You will be able to get a free subscription to this softwares. So for our ZEPETO class, we will just use the regular Maya. There is another version of Maya called the Maya LT, but that's basically like for advanced class. So we will just stick with the regular one. So for this one, click on Get Product, and then you can select your computer OS if it's Windows, Mac, and the Maya version that you would like to install. I selected 2023 because it's always better to use the latest version. And then of course the language English. If it's your first time installing Maya, you need to select install. But if you already have Maya installed in your computer and you just want to update the version, you click on download. So at this point, I'm gonna go click install and then click accept. And there it is, it's downloading. Okay, and then once it's downloaded, just double click it. And we will start installing it. And it may take quite some time since it's also a huge file. I think it takes longer to be installed than Unity, so I think I will fast forward this part and then I will go back again. And then when you get this page, uncheck this one so you won't get this page anymore when you launch it in the future. So, and then go to Maya. So this is basically how Maya looks like. When you install Maya or open Maya, this is the screen that will, this is what the screen will look like. workspace, it will allow you to select the kind of layout that you would like for you to work on. So usually I use either general or standard, but mostly standard. It has a wider viewport. So this panel right here is called viewport. This is basically the main tab, where you can work on your items, like for example this one. So basically that's it, the viewport. And then you will need to click this one so that it will show the outliner. So this tab is also important because this is where you can select all the objects that you're working on. So for example, I'm gonna put another object here. So yeah, you can select all the objects here and you can manipulate both of them or just one of them, or like you can manipulate the component like a vertex selection and the edge selection and then the face selection. We will discuss that later. So you need to have this because this is where you can see all the objects inside the viewport. Under File, when you first set up Maya, I suggest that you set up the export selection. So right now, the file type that is defaulted to is Maya binary. I use that when I save the scene so I can go back to it when I'm working on something. But if you're going to export it into an FBX file, you have to select that. So FBX export. Make sure that it's set up to that, and then you don't have to really change the other things here. Go to edit preset, and here what you need to modify, let me look for it. Embed media, you have to get that checked, and I think that's about it actually. Yeah, that's about it. Just you don't have to click this because if you click it, it will ask you to enter a new preset name. You don't really need that. So it's already automatically saved when you change it. So when you go back, embed media is still checked, and then save and close. And then under display, are the things that I usually set up. So it will make item creation easier for you. So under this one, go to heads up display, and then you have to check poly count so that this will be displayed. Let me go to the guide and show you that what I'm talking about. So under submission guideline, click on item guidelines and then scroll down. You will see this. It's important that you will meet the maximum polygon value. Triangles, this is short for triangles, because if you created an item, for example you created a hair, and then it has above 10,000 triangles, it will not be accepted in the ZEPETO Studio website. So it is really important that you are aware of the polygon count of the item that you are creating. Thus you have to have this displayed all the time. And then I also need this, the view cube. If you don't have the view cube displayed, you can click or check this box. So basically, these are the options that I have checked. And then under Windows, you have to check under Settings and Preference. Go to Plugin Manager, and then under this, in the search box, type in FBX. And make sure that all the 4 boxes are checked. If there's anything that is not checked, you have to check it and then just close it. This one, it's the option to switch to modeling. Of course, we activate this option if you are creating the item or you're doing the 3D modeling. And then rigging, of course, you will activate that once you're in the rigging process. You can select that one, and then we will also use FX. I will teach you about enclose and mesh. And then rendering, this is used for normal mapping and ambient occlusion mapping. So there will be further discussion regarding that. In the viewport, in order for you to rotate the view, you have to hold the Alt button on your keyboard and then hold the left clicker on your mouse and then just drag it like that. It will rotate the view. And then if you would like to pan it, hold the Alt button on your keyboard, and then the middle mouse button or the scroll button, you have to hold that and then drag it so you can pan the view here. And then if you would like to zoom in and out, the same with Unity, you have to scroll the middle mouse button forward and backward. So forward, it will zoom in, backward, it will zoom out. So that's basically the navigation controls in Maya. So make sure that you get familiarized with that basic navigation controls, because we will be using that all of the time when we start creating our items. So that's about it. I think I created a really long introduction video, but I just really want you to know all the things that you have to learn at this point. And I know I can be talkative at times, but I really appreciate you watching this video, and I really hope that we will be able to complete the entire ZEPETO class without any problems. I hope you will take this opportunity to learn and to grow as creators. For our next lesson, I will be teaching you how to create clothes with modified skin. So that's skin with collarbone, abs. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you will have a good or enjoy the rest of your day, and always take care. Goodbye.